Hey, what's up guys, Smash Shiny here, come back with a brand new video for you guys. Today we're going to be talking about the CSGO market. We're seeing a lot of changes in the past month. We saw a huge run, and now we're starting to see a bit of a collapse from it. But as always guys, if you're not already subscribed to the channel, and a large majority of you guys aren't, it definitely helps me out. Discord's going to be the top link in the description. Let's hop on into it. It's no surprise looking at the CSGO market right now that we're starting to see a pretty big decline. Lots of players are starting to exit the CSGO investing market, and we're starting to see tons of more cases that potentially had a low quantity before now have tons of them available. The Glove and the Operation Breakout case both had under 10,000 during the peak, and now they both have roughly around 50,000 on the market. People are competing to sell their cases for lower and lower just so they can exit the market, and we're starting to see numbers that we really saw before the bubble. For me so far, the most interesting part is just seeing how scared people have become. There's been an increasing amount of hesitant comments saying, people, I really want to sell out, I need to sell out everything, was a terrible opportunity, terrible choice to invest into CSGO, and a lot of people are being turned away by the first sign of just a slight decline. Now what we were seeing before was just absolutely crazy amounts of increases and crazy amounts of profit for everyone involved, because the overall game was expanding so quickly, the market was expanding so quickly. This was pretty much evident to come. For me though, I'm actually really excited this happened. This has provided the best buying opportunity we have seen so far. We've seen the potential that all of these skins and cases and pretty much everything has. And right now we're seeing a perfect time to buy in. I think that right now we're seeing a lot of people hesitant because the game numbers are slowing down, but they fail to realize the bigger picture. Every year the game numbers slow down. Every year there's talk of CSGO dying, but it never happens. We've never seen CSGO die. It always manages to come back, and pretty much October, November, December are really when the skin prices start to heat up. So far, 2 years in a row, we've seen 2 operations consistently happen in the 4th quarter of the year. Now that's not a guarantee another operation will come, but it provides a pretty good incentive for people to start playing again in the 3rd quarter and 4th quarter of the year. Right now is the perfect time to buy in because we're starting to see a lot of things go down. One of my favorite things to invest into is the Hydra case. Right now it's sitting at roughly 1050, almost 50% off what it was at during the peak. Now this is a bad comparison because it's really only sitting slightly above what it started at 2 months ago. So it's really roughly about even, but what I saw with that bubble is the potential that the Hydra case has, and all these cases that have super low numbers of the amount of cases they have out there. Looking at the Hydra case right now, there's only 1,300 listed on the market. My expectation is once the game starts picking up, people are going to start looking at items like this again, cases that are pretty rare, a lot of the upper tier cases that are $5 or more, and they're going to see how easily it went up to that $20 price point, and they're going to see how easily it can be done again. There's only 1,000 cases in the way. Now this happens everywhere in investing when people aren't too really invested into the topic itself. They don't look at all the factors, they just look at the price going up or down and make their decision to buy or sell off that. Right now we're seeing so many people that were just kind of there to invest and to just grab onto some of that profit. A lot of the people that invested just because they didn't want to miss out right now are panic selling, and that's not something that's really good. But there's not enough buyers in the market to currently sustain the amount of people panic selling, because a lot of people panic selling are just ready to leave. They are most likely down a bit and they don't want to lose more, which is very understandable, but it's not really that applicable to the current situation. These prices are currently at a pretty big low, and I think that there's going to be a pretty big increase in the 4th quarter of this year. Now in this video I've talked a lot about buying in. Buying in is the perfect thing to do right now, as it appears we're probably heading towards the bottom of this dip. But what you should not be doing is depositing money onto Steam. I've left a couple sites in the description if you're interested in buying in, or just wherever you buy in. Make sure you're not depositing money directly into Steam right now. You're pretty much going to be getting scammed, as everyone is offering super low and competitive rates just because there's so many people trying to cash out for real money right now rather than onto Steam. Right now though, all we're seeing is panic selling across the board, and I can kind of understand the panic selling, honestly. We're starting to see RMR flatline. Now RMR is already at an insane amount of growth considering where it should be, but a lot of people were seeing the growth it was having and basically just seeing how quickly it went up and seeing that has to be how quickly it's going to continue going up, when obviously that can't be the case. The capsule went up super quickly from 25 cents. You got to realize that 25 cents to 40 cents is a significant increase percentage wise, and that's almost unsustainable. It is unsustainable anywhere else, but these people saw how quickly that happened and they realized that this was not going to be very sustainable. At least very few people realized that, but a lot of people saw how quickly that went up and thought it just had to keep on going up like that. But the thing is, nothing in these capsules is worth obtaining. Every sticker price inside the capsule continues to fall, so the capsule is most likely going to fall in price itself. It's not something that's very out of the ordinary, but people who are not very invested their time into CSGO and understand what's going on, it can be very easy on the surface to just see that everything's going down and just sell along with it. Overall, looking at the market right now, I think it's a great time to buy in. I've said that a lot. The one thing that really actually does raise a big concern for me is just the top tier items. We're seeing a lot of people who are top tier investors or just own a lot of expensive CSGO skins start to sell off. If you head over to some websites, you'll see over 50% off what the previous price was. Now that's just basically because these people have held on to them before the big bubble happened, and that's roughly the price of it was then. But if we're not seeing pretty much any buyers picking up them for that price, it concerns me a lot because that could lead to some pretty big problems down the road. The good news is there's still some items that are avoiding this pretty much dip, and that's going to be the Katowice 2014. Now, I am pretty much sure that no one out there that listens to me owns anything Kato 14 related, but the good news is that this is the stuff that gets the media attention. When these stickers are going for $80,000, this is what gets attention and draws people into CSGO, and it draws in people like Lunaris. Now, obviously, Lunaris knows what they're doing, but if we potentially had someone up there who owned a lot of CSGO skins and a lot of money into CSGO, but wasn't really too knowledgeable of the game, if they saw dips like this on some of their items, because Lunaris does own a pretty decent amount of the top tier ops, they could potentially be turned away from the game, and that's not something we want. We want as many whales in the market as possible, because that just increases the prices of everything. So it's really good for the people who are actually investing at the lower tier levels, because it just kind of trickles down. Overall though, I am super excited to see where this goes, because there is going to be a lot of profit if you're buying in now. I'm even thinking of picking up some pretty high tier investments in the future, but as always guys, I just want to thank you guys so much for watching. If you're not already bought in, I recommend you do so, and as always guys, I hope you have a great rest of your day.